I feel like since the moment you got here, you and I have been like, blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like a similar,
Off the walls.
yeah, different bodies, but like very same, like hustle and drive. Welcome to the latest episode of Authenticated with your host, Kate McLeod. I am intrigued by people. People watching, I love. People learning, that's where I'm insatiably curious. I'm interested in the why and how of the creative mind's pattern of thinking, the subtext to the creative thinker, or in its more conscious and malleable form, the creative conscious. Because when you are so clear on yourself via the triad of consciousnesses, then you become reflective to others. Meeting yourself is an infectious practice because what feels good is infectious and something I think we could all use a good dose of. So join me in conversations with a diverse arsenal of creative thinkers, from artists to entrepreneurs to serial thinkers ready to optimize their creative conscious. With me, self-made and self-proclaimed creative entrepreneur. Sounds hot, right? LadyDi MegaDiva.
Hey.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
I saw your most recent music video that came out. You shot it on Coney Island.
Yes. I had this song. Oh my gosh, I wrote this song probably 2022, I'm going to say. I had a 2-week fling with a bartender friend of mine, and he's still one of my best friends.
Good.
And like actually besties for life. But we did have a little bit of a fling, and he made me laugh more than I had ever laughed with a man. And so I wrote the song about him, and I recorded the song, and then I had to do it with a new producer because the flash drive, went rogue. And then I sent it to a producer friend of mine, a video producer friend, and she pitched this idea to me, and then we literally just made it happen. So we had one day, unpaid, $500 is the budget. All we're doing is renting gear and getting groceries from Trader Joe's. It ends up getting rained out, but we had a little bit more time planning. We got more costumes involved. I threw like maybe $200 more down. And then we ended up doing the video in much warmer weather, thank God. Yeah, we just filmed it on a random day, and people just showed up for me unpaid and willing and excited to be there.
Do you notice that people like show up and out for you a lot?
Yeah, and I think that's, definitely luck, and people want to be a part of things. But also, I feel like I'm like glue guy.
I feel like you're like glue guy too. You're attracting it. You're attracting it. So, but like that, does that mean in turn that like you're that kind of person too? Or is it because because you have some lines in your songs that I'm gonna like quote your songs now. You write a song, right? It's about something, an experience.
Yes, always.
Okay, but it's your life. I think singing is one of the most vulnerable things you can do, and that might be because I can't do it, and so I just assume this but I don't know what it is. I just think that singing is such a vulnerable like act. But you go back to a song, and you're like, I wrote that in that time, and I meant it at that time.
Yes,
but that's also a past version of yourself,
right? And
then you sing it now. What is that like?
Great question. I feel like it's like a scrapbook, and I always have new perspective. We will go through life telling the same story over and over and over again, and you hear the same stories from your grandma over and over and over again. And maybe you have a new perspective every single time, or maybe it is set in stone. But with these songs, I'm so bad at journaling that this is my take on like having a moment down, set in stone, and remembering it. I wish I was the type of person that could wake up and write 3 pages every morning about my past week or whatever I'm thinking. But instead I have to write rhyming verses that are like silly and like cliche at the same time as real. And then I can sing them over and over again, have new takes on them, or just have, I don't know, that's a really good question. Go on.
Is it interesting for you to do that act for yourself publicly?
No, I kind of lean into the point where it's a bit that like all of these stories are like, ha, silly. But most of the time they are rooted in truth. But it doesn't feel weird. It feels good. It feels cathartic. And sometimes it's like, I don't even think about it. Like it's like not deep at all. And it's not shallow. It's just there. I'm just doing it. I'm singing the same song over and over again once a month at a venue in the East Village. Or sometimes it's like, oh, I really needed this. I like forgot that I felt this way 2 years ago.
The reason I asked about the question of people feeding you leading into this question is because it feels like a cycle. Like in one of your songs, he's only boosting my ego. I loved that line, by the way. Like you're powered by perception.
Yeah.
Is almost how it felt.
I am. I just that's where I think I'm like just born to perform because I'm powered by perception. And even if it's a poor take on me or untrue take on me, I can like twist it and just make it my own.
Yeah, because at least, well, you're paying attention.
Right. I feel like I'm Tinkerbell, where I just have to live. If you don't give me any applause, I will die. It can be you're laughing at me or with me. Either or, I'll take whatever I can get because I know how I feel about it.
Where does that belief come from? Where you're like, I know.
I don't know. I always felt comfortable to be myself, literally since I was born. But I think it's because I put myself out there so much, performance-wise. Not even just like on stage, like if I'm in a group of people.
You're just like,
perform.
I'm there.
Yeah.
You can make people laugh at a drop of a hat.
Exactly.
Not to like be quoting your songs.
No,
To just say it was fun. They were like, it's relatable, it's accessible. And ever since I met you, I just knew that you had like this confidence that I just like looked at you and I was like, oh, cool. I think it is a profound skill to be able to want to be perceived, but also to not apologize for who you are and really enjoy your own human experience of being human.
Yeah.
I love that about myself. And because it comes with like this like wisdom of age, time, exposure, a million ways to get there. It feels like almost sometimes like an exclusive club, and it feels a little bit less exclusive the older you get.
True. Yeah. I feel like I'm always trying to get people in the club. Not even just to be a fan, just to like, how many people can I shoot the shit with? And like, they can understand me and I can understand them.
Yeah. My question for you in response to that is, if singing is one medium of doing that, what would another one be?
I feel like this goes into that, but like throwing parties or just I love a group hang, anything that's group involved. The first thing I thought of actually was when I'm at work and we're in the back hallway and like we're all kind of like we're not working. And
you're
we're
chilling
in the back, not neglecting our tables and, you know, kind of like jerking off in the back hallway, just like shooting the shit. That's like my second favorite form of performance, or I don't even want to call it performance, but like how much of myself can I let go right now?
Ooh.
And it's so much fun, but also it takes like the right group of people to do that.
Oh yeah. No, you have to find the crew first.
Right.
Yeah. Which is like the hardest part. And then afterwards it is cool to like let loose. I think it's also just like to play on your own spectrum of judgment, right? Of just like, let me practice being really fucking free right now.
Right.
Cause like you can't do that everywhere. I love a group hang. And
I love a group hang.
I don't know if it's because I fucking love to talk, but I just love to host.
Yes, me too. I'm like, the same way.
I really want you all to really enjoy your time.
Right.
Yeah.
And when I'm at shows, I'm constantly speaking to the crowd like, please dance, please, I really want you to do this, or come closer and look to the person to your left and do this to them and blah, 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 blah. And it's not so I can be like this grand puppeteer of people and like, you know, feed my ego and be a narcissist. Mm-hmm. Which, you know, feeding my ego is nice sometimes, but I just like want people to like, we're all experiencing this together. And that probably comes from being like a theater kid.
Being connected. Yeah. Oh my God, a theater game. That was like the best thing to do. Just like we're all going to be silly together in a circle and like send sounds around.
Or the dressing room.
The dressing room was
a time to be alive.
It was a time to be alive. I hope that kids these days get that kind of.
I have faith.
The stupid traditions, the stupid things that we did. But like a practice of stupid is, I think.
It's the best.
I don't know if I practice stupid enough anymore, to be completely honest. And I wish that I did. I do it in private, but I wish I did it more publicly.
Yeah.
Because it's just like such a exhilarating thing. But I feel like also like online, everything's under scrutiny.
I wish that I could encapsulate my stupidity in real life online, but it really is like off the cuff. When we say stupid, like silliest,
yes,
off the dome, kind of compulsive thought.
Where I want your response to be, where did that come from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I'm at shows, I try and just do that. And I think that instead of stage fright, my brain translates that exhilaration and adrenaline to like, let's be fucking stupid right now. And it's fun because people will, again, this goes back to laughing at or laughing with. When people make fun of me in, you know, good taste, I think it's the funniest thing in the world. And so we should all be a little bit more stupid together.
So laughter came to you. You're like, I'm just going to laugh at this. Because it seems like you're like, everything is funny.
I like laughter my whole life. That's funny. It's like, instead of asking, so when did you start singing? When did you start laughing?
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly.
It felt like that came first.
Well, probably. I think that's the stem of who I am. It's just like my humor. And I've been laughing my ass off since I was a baby child. I actually grew up, I mean, even into my college years, some after, I would pee my pants fully whenever I laughed. Like fully just let go of my whole bladder. I didn't mean to, but I literally had like diagnosed urinary incontinence, like what 85-year-old women have.
Because you laugh so hard.
Because I would laugh so hard that my knees would go weak and I'd fall to the ground and then create a puddle of my own urine. And I literally could not stop doing that, but I also could not stop laughing. I have such fond memories of asking my best friend, who's still my best friend to this day, can you check? Can see? And like I would just tie things around my waist all the time. But I've like never let any stupidity or like embarrassment like that ever prohibit me from laughing.
Yeah, because why would you? But I love that you have that like inner of like, no, I'm going to fight for this. I know this is a really special ability of mine and I genuinely enjoy this.
Yeah.
So how long did it take you to trust your own opinion?
Whoa. I guess. I mean, probably when I moved to New York was like the biggest shift. Because I was like, what were we talking about earlier before the cameras were on?
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
About when I was pursuing theater, you're waiting on someone else's opinion and approval and to be hired to make money. And when I started doing that for myself, minus the money part, I think that's when I really let myself trust myself with my own opinion about who I am.
Do you think the finding of diva or LadyDi or any of these like words that you associate to now your identity, do you think that feeds into that at all?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I originally went by LadyDi. I was named after Princess Diana.
Obviously.
My mother loved her like mothers do. And so I was originally called myself LadyDi. And right?
Made my heart happy. Yeah.
But then I'm like, that's her thing.
Okay.
It's not me. I also have British family and British friends. And I was like, I can tell they don't like it, which is so understandable.
Yeah.
And I wanted to give myself a title. If I have less than 1,000 monthly listeners on Spotify and I am trying to wrap you in and tell you who I am, or just introducing just myself to someone in a coffee shop, this is my title. You can kind of get a glimpse of what that means.
Yes.
LadyDi MegaDiva.
A glimpse that title gives, does that ever scare you at all?
No, because it's like, it can be a joke.
See, that's the beauty of humor.
Yeah. Anything can be, I mean, I could play stupid about a lot of things in life and just push them off as jokes. I obviously don't think I'm like mega diva. Like, it's just a joke.
But intonation, I mean, yeah, for sure. But like also like I'm a huge fan of drag.
Yes.
And so it's just like, I know that it's typically a story. Names encapsulate stories more than they do anything. Like even just the way I tell you my name's Kate, I'm pretty sure because you're just a living, breathing human being, you can be like, oh, Kate has an opinion about her name. You say any name with some sort of narrative that comes with it. And I feel like that's just like, welcome to the show.
Right. Exactly. Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Strap in.
Wait, that needs to be the title of like an album.
That would be so, welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. Wow. Yeah.
I love that. I'm going to write that down.
Good. Please take it. You were, you put out so many individual songs.
Yes.
I think that is the smartest thing to do, especially when you're doing it yourself, which is so admirable.
Thank you.
Do you want to do an album when that's feasible?
I actually am working on an album right now.
Wait, keep going.
So funny you mention I'm putting out songs. So I have no idea what I am doing. I don't have a manager. Yet. Call me. I mean, I don't research enough. Like, I'm really in the artist mindset. I'm trying to push myself to be more businesswoman / artists, but you know how it is. So I was like, Chapel Roan released single after single for like 13 months. Single after single for 13 months. And then she put all of those songs on an album plus a few extra ones. Everyone saw it as an album. No one saw it as the singles. So that I was like, I'm going to adopt that idea. And algorithmically, if you release often, then you will have higher streams, etc. And then everything can be their own moment. Like, I don't think that Make Me Laugh and Diva are necessarily in the same world, so they can have their own moments and own aesthetics. Furthermore, I really wanted to make a concept piece because that's what all my favorites do. They make concept pieces and they all fit in the same world. It's not a question if it's a cohesive piece or not. I have a collection of songs right now, and some of them will be on this album, and then some of them I'm working on to collectively make. And the album will be called The Working Girl's Diva. And the whole concept is a working girl who wants to be a diva. And that's just like kind of what my life is. I think the thing I talk about most with this journey, my career, and who I am as an artist right now in this time is like, I am working my tush off during the week just to make money, just to make music. And so all of that will feed into the same world.
Very few people have that drive. And also I would argue like diva in her working era or in this working era. Like I don't doubt that 20 years from now, when you have these awards, when you have the attention, when you have the fame, but like talking to you then, I don't think you're going to be any different.
Yeah, I hope not. I mean,
growth. Yes. What I mean, but like fundamentally, I don't really see the difference.
Yeah.
So your word is diva. My word is boss. And I was like, I've never identified with anything more because I want to be a big picture person who delegates and who empowers good people to make good things.
Yeah.
And like, I just want to be like a conduit to like really good stuff.
Right.
And things that like expand everybody else's brain and like makes them feel something.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's very important. Needed.
Needed. And I understand what you're saying about business, but I think you already have a framework where you're saying like, algorithmically, if that is a word, if you do like smaller releases and then a bigger one, like you'll have an audience of 1,000 to release the entire album to.
Right.
So you already have that. I think that makes sense. Like that is business oriented. I think that like business typically, especially is marketed to artists to be something out of intellectual reach. And I don't think that's true.
Yeah. Or also like spend money to make money. And I'm like,
you also don't have to spend a lot of money to make money.
True.
I mean, like, you do for a budget. Yes. Like to make these things, it costs money, but it's like for you to say that you have projects at the value that you do, and you're like, the budget was 500 and it ended up it went over a little bit. So it was like 700. That's insane. That's amazing.
Thanks.
Because the value comes from somewhere else. So you're making this for $700, but it comes out as super valuable. It's high quality. It's you. And it's like, there's so much joy in every single piece that you do. It's because people want to be there. It's not like they're tied there to anything else. So it's like, spend money to make money, I do get, but I also don't think that you have to spend that much money to make money. The economy of attention right now, like to grab someone's attention is kind of free.
Right.
Your access point is like your device.
Yeah.
The theater community understands a lot more of that like bootstrapping than anybody else.
Totally.
And I do believe that everyone should get paid for what they are like worth. And like, I absolutely believe that, but it's like, sometimes the return that you're getting is
a piece of work.
Yeah. And a good time doing it.
Right.
And actually someone who's going to follow through.
Yeah.
Because how many shorts have you been in that you never saw ever?
Yeah. A handful.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's just like the nature of the work. It's the follow through that's hard. I feel like that's like one of the best things that you do is you continue to follow through.
Yeah. Well, luckily, I mean, I have people that I'm working with that equally have that following throughing. Mm-hmm. It's people who have the drive to finish something.
Yeah.
It's really hard to finish.
It is.
Projects.
Yes.
And I love that people want to do that with me.
Yeah. Well, so would you say that you found your tribe?
Yeah. And it's growing.
I love that.
It's growing.
Wait, tell me more.
I feel like I'm always meeting new friends that want to be a part of things. I mean, starting this new restaurant job 4 months ago, I have had a handful of people that are like, seeking me out. They want to work with me. Well, will you feature on this song? Oh, I want to be in a music video. Oh, we're doing this. Can you be a part of it? And I mean, people are always trying to find ways to create things, and that is like what my tribe is. And I think it's never going to stop growing.
Yeah, well, it's because you like talking to people.
Yeah.
And the best access point to anybody is laughing, whether
Right.
that's at yourself or like,
Literally.
you know?
Yeah, and like just being a fucking decent human being is really easy to do.
Do you find that you have to use your patience a lot?
More with myself than other people. I just have a very trusting tribe, like you call it, that I feel like I can have support from, can fall back on. They understand me. If something falls through, literally no biggie. I trust that this is going to happen in another time. Like, I'm not flaky McFlakerson, but I have lost patience with myself a lot. And that is something that I would like to work on.
I'm currently working on it. I'm subbing out my patience when I don't have it with my curiosity, because I know I have more curiosity than patience.
Yeah.
Because
So true.
it's just sub something else.
Yeah.
Like, that's actually funny. Your song Pretty, that one is my favorite song.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's my favorite song.
Aw.
Because it's like vulnerable to talk about, but it's like you grow up, and I'm speaking about myself, but I'm also speaking about you. Like, you grow up as a very attractive child and woman. And I think that that puts a lot of attention on you at a young age, and especially you, because you like read more mature. And I'm sure you've looked this way since you were like, what, like 16, 17?
I mean,
do you know what
the fake eyelashes always help.
But like, I think that there is this expectation to bank on looks when that's like something that you first present with, like when you're not speaking, when you're not anything. And you talked about like, I don't feel pretty today. And you're like, oh, but that's the least like exciting thing about me. So thank God I have these other things.
Yeah, so true. I mean, it's interesting you bring that up, because something, I don't really talk about this with people I work with in the music videos that I do, or just like anyone. I don't really talk about this, but it's constantly on my mind, where I feel like I should, like, I am attractive and I feel hot and like I know how to dress myself, but I feel like I always have this expectation of myself to try and be more sexy.
Interesting.
But I never want to, because I like always want to make weird faces or like make songs about dumb things. I feel like I should be more like Sabrina Carpenter, but I'm like Weird Al instead, you know?
But to me, I think that's like sexy. I think when someone is just like, no, this is like, it makes me think of like Queen Herbie.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. One time someone told me that I was a mix of Sabrina Carpenter and Bo Burnham. And I thought that was a really nice compliment. That was like the nicest compliment I've ever received. But I'm like, I feel like I should always present more sexy, but I always want to be like silly and kind of like ugly and weird sometimes.
I think you can be both, you know?
Yeah,
But I understand what you're saying though, because I think that like, one, I think artistically that could be a choice to juxtapose, because if you were to present that way and then make the weird faces and then like get like weird or whatever, like that is its own other layer of comedy. I think like that's a strategy for sure.
Right.
But like maybe the other is just to lean into like, no, this is my version of sexy.
Right.
I feel like that's like you can't lose in that battle no matter what.
Yeah. It's just interesting when you talk about subbing things out. It's like, I'm still learning how to
lean on one when the other is not enough. When we met in the acting class that we took together, what was that?
Forever ago.
Forever ago. You did the Meredith Blake scene from
Parent Trap. Iconic. And they said I was too young to do it, which I was like, she's supposed to be young presenting old. You know what I mean?
She's supposed to be 26 in that, or 27 in that movie.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that.
I won't forget that. I loved the way you did it.
It was so fun.
Because it's fun.
It's fun
to play that. Like, would you ever take characters like that into your performances?
Oh my gosh, totally. I mean, I feel like when at my shows, I totally transform into the mega diva. I try and be character. Like, I'm not like this on stage. I'm far more dramatic. I have like the body language and the voices and facial expression, my tactics. I have a lot of tactics on stage.
But I think that would be cool to see the multiple sides of like diva. But you also have to host the show and you have to keep the attention. That's like literally what they're there to do.
That's why I feel like I'm like kind of like a clown up there, because I'm like switching into different kind of characters in between things to like retain the attention of my 45-minute set.
Well, yeah, because you want to get the most value out of it, right?
Yeah.
The live feedback loop with crowds, like when you're singing. Can you talk to me a little bit about your personal experience with that?
With audience members?
Like the energy it gives you, the energy you get, like, you know what I mean? That flow of being there with them in a space live.
Yes. Well, I'm like always trying to get more out of it, more out of people. Like I'm trying to get a rise out of people. And like, I just love seeing people laugh and smile or dance. And the more that they give me, the better I feel. I feel like I'm on fire.
Yeah.
I get that. I mean, I have a great group I have a tribe, and they come through all the time to my shows. Thank God. And whenever I see a face that is not familiar, I am going to pinpoint that person out. Or someone that's like a little bit more of a wallflower, I put the mic up to their mouth and I ask them a question for them to say, because I just like, I want it all to be together. Come on, let's go. I look at videos of people performing at Lollapalooza or like having a stadium tour, and they don't get the opportunity to like really intimately interact with the audience that way.
Yeah.
Because they're so big that I'm like, I gotta enjoy this while it lasts.
Yeah. Okay, wait. You are inspiring something in my brain right now. Conversation, but like as performance, where it's like, I just want to vibe with people. I just want to talk. I just want to be with people. And like, this is my way of doing it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'll bring you into the conversation, because it's like for networking events, I am that person, especially when I'm hosting for like a board I'm on or like whatever. If someone comes in and they're like, I'll be like, hey, we were just talking about this. Like, what's your opinion?
Yeah.
Like bringing people in where it's like, I just want you to feel seen and safe in my presence.
Yeah. I am so on the end of the spectrum of being an extrovert that I'm more than happy and always willing to help people feel comfortable to be more towards that. Like, even if they're introverted, I want them to feel like they can let their freak flag fly.
Yeah. To be like, you can get weird here.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's like you're hosting theater camp.
It literally is. It is.
Oh,
I want people to blossom themselves. That's like one of my favorite parts about doing shows, is getting people to just experience life a little sillier.
It's just like not that like serious.
No.
Like just like have fun.
Yeah.
I think also that is like someone's capacity to expand too, right? Like just to have fun, like to meet more of yourself and to figure that out. That experience that you're talking about, like when you host at your shows, I'm just thinking about the post that you made today on Instagram talking about what the fuck do I do about social media? Like ideas, please. How could you translate that way of hosting like at a show in your social media?
Oh, that's a great question. You know, when you like have 2 glasses of wine and you respond to everyone's Instagram stories as if
I'm
they're
the
sent to you?
nicest. I'm the nicest
Like,
follower you have.
It's like that kind of thing. Like, okay, we might not have the schedule or the availability to hang out, but I'm a big fan of having online friends and wrapping them into my world, even if it's through an Instagram DM. I don't know. And also, when I post these things of me, like no makeup, like low-key manic at 11 a.m., I haven't done my laundry in 2 weeks, and I'm trying to distract myself by posting these like rants on my Instagram story. I genuinely want people to respond so we can chat it up.
I'm like curious what that could be like with monthly lives with your fans.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Someone today was like, you should go on TikTok live and just chop it up.
Or even perspective of like, hey, you're at my show.
Yeah.
Shoot some content like that. Okay, so this whole idea of like content prompts, I can't do.
Like if someone is...
Here's your prompt, make content.
Right.
Like in the cookie cutter way. Does that make sense? Like 5 of the things that made me who I am today.
Right.
Things like that. They're great for some people. It's not my brand, nor is it my brand of consuming either. Making up the rules of what people want to view in terms of connecting yourself to someone else on the internet. I don't feel like there's rules.
Yeah.
Ever.
There's not. So much so that like I'm constantly re-recording and deleting and re-recording because I'm like, is this too much?
Oh my God. And I started talking to myself. I'm like, you can't keep doing that.
I know.
It's the first take and just be done.
It's the first take and be done.
Why do you think you overthink it?
Well, because I was born during the time where the internet came to such a rise, where every parent in my life, my friends' parents, my own parents, are like, this is forever. It's going to be out there forever. I'm like, I'm literally talking about me going to work, but for some reason, I think it's just subliminally in me that like it is wrong.
I'm trying so hard right now to reparent that like part of my brain where it's like social media is dumb, like you'll never get hired, it's forever,
right?
These things, and I'm like, no. And so every single time where it's like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, like whatever, LinkedIn, Substack, I'm like, no, like, this is good. Sure, it's forever, but I've been having this thought recently about how, you know, when I'm 7 years old or 8 years old, whatever, and I'm trying to be a gymnast, I have to go practice at the public gymnasium for everyone to see me fall my ass a million times before I can do a backflip.
Right.
But now it's like the equivalent there of like going to the gym to practice your gymnastics. It's like the internet. Like you have to practice online. And I wonder what that's going to do to like the oversaturation of things. Because I want to make valuable things. Like I want you to be inspired and like find value in everything.
I'm constantly trying to learn how to live within, like, always trying to present myself how I want brand wise. This is actually genuinely who I am, best presentation of myself. And then a completely other point of view where it's like, I'm hungover, I'm talking about this random thing, like I'm just firing on all cylinders, like I'm just spewing random shit that comes to my brain. And like both of them give me so much anxiety of sharing, but I think it's honestly not that deep.
And that's the thing, is like, it's not that deep. And I think that as like deep feelers, especially as artists, we just got to know when it is and when it isn't, like when to turn it on and when to turn it off. Right. But it does get really, really hard, especially when it's like the way that you're going to get your manager, the way you're going to get your brand deals, the way you're going to get on bigger stages, like bigger audiences, is all leveraged through like your public appearance on social.
And do you know Veronica is cool? She just got on SNL.
I think I do know this.
She's like Gen Z Kristen Wiig.
I'm Googling for listeners. Yes.
Okay. She was in her interview recently. She's like this baddie and she loves fashion. She's a fashion girly. She's super cool. Lives in Brooklyn. Comedian, obviously.
Yeah.
And she always posts pictures of her like looking like that girl. And then her TikToks are like her being the weirdest fucking person ever. And like doing these like insane skits that like really don't make sense and are just funny as fuck. But she talked about in this interview how she loves to allow herself to look ugly and like really just go with whatever. I mean, she's working off of comedic improv, working with whatever inspires her and her impulses are. And then she has that totally other side of her that's like polished, poised, and both of them can exist. And now she's on SNL.
Yes.
So you can have like this insane persona. I mean, personally speaking, I can have this insane persona, but then like the polished one as well. And hoping that someone understands that there is a person that lives in between that.
That's what brand is, right? It's just like every facet of your personality. It's unfiltered. Yeah. It like, of course, like, you know, don't do certain, you know, keep it private, whatever you want to keep private. Right. But like at the same time,
don't hurt
like,
anybody.
Yeah, don't hurt anybody. But like I started to think of social media recently as like different funnels where like TikTok is where I do my dumb shit, you know, and then everything else can be polished and somewhere else and like a business landing page, right? But I do think even though it is the harder thing to do, probably for the exact same narratives between the both of us, but it's like just to be your entire self on the entire platform.
Right. And then, I mean, this past week I deleted my Instagram app for like 3 days and I was like, fuck, if I don't post this one link to a song, like it's over for me, which is literally so not true.
It's so not true. I mean, like you said earlier, to me, I see what you're doing and I love it. And I think it's like a constant reevaluation with yourself because you grow older every day. Like vulnerability is going to take longer. Yeah, it's going to take time. Everything's got to catch up. Emotional relationships, everything have to catch up. I think about my emotional relationship with my business, but then also my emotional relationships with, or just relationships in general, like, you know, with friends. Everything matures at a different pace. Like, I don't think that it's like just because you're this accomplished in one area doesn't mean that you would be that accomplished in another area necessarily.
True. Well, I need to remind myself that.
Yeah. Okay, so how do you practice not being hard on yourself?
There isn't much of a practice. God, I guess I could really just blame like my ADHD with not having a practice of doing that. But I don't know, like every day is different. On my way here, I literally was skipping down the street, listening to music. Some delivery guys like joined in me like shimmying. It was really cute. God, the sky is blue. My life is great. I'm going to be a star one day. And then other days I'm like, oh my God, I didn't post a link on my Instagram story. Everyone's going to hate me and I'm going to
fail. I'm going to fucking fail. Yeah. I can tell you seriously, and I mean this genuinely, and I wouldn't just say this, but like on the other side of it, like what you want to happen is going to happen. It's exciting. I'm saying this to you because I mean it. It's going to happen. Just like be patient. It's just, I think it's clear to so many people, and you have a way to view the evidence around you to like support that, like it is, it's happening.
I do.
You do.
But the being hard on myself thing and practicing not is like, I wish I had that down pat, because I do have ways to lift. I don't know. It's so confusing because it can be so contrasting from one another, like the highest highs, the lowest lows.
Yeah.
But recently in my life, I guess, okay, to answer your question fully, my biggest practice right now for not being hard on myself is saying everything is just an experience. Everything's an experience. When I'm at work and I'm waiting tables and I didn't put a Diet Coke in and the guest is pissed and parched. Okay, well, now I remember what to write down. DC, Diet Coke. Everything is just an experience. I accidentally canceled a flight the other day. My returning flight home. Dumb.
Oh, my God.
I accidentally canceled it. Don't even know how. I just did. Magically. So I had to take a bus back from Richmond, Virginia to New York before my shift at work. And it was an 8.5-hour bus that never stopped. And I didn't have any food with me. Boo-hoo, my life is so hard.
No, but it's a lot.
Everything is just an experience. Well, now I know to check my confirmation before I'm traveling somewhere. Things like that, like day-to-day things, everything is just an experience. Dating, family, travel, work, whatever. It's so much harder for me to say that about my music career for some ungodly fucking reason. But I'm trying to say that as a new mantra. Everything is just an experience, or lack of experience. I don't expect to be an expert at something that I haven't been doing my whole life.
Yeah.
I've been singing my whole life. Close to an expert on that. But the business of it all, not so much. I'm literally constantly growing. There's no way that I'm going to retract the growth.
No. My dad always tells me, he's like, every step that you take, it's never lateral and it's never a step down. It's always a step up. Because it's just, you're going somewhere else and like you have more experience. And like for me, my equivalent of that is like everything is just information.
Right.
If you can change your phone password, this has helped me so much, to whatever your current mantra is, like,
oh my gosh, I love that.
Because then before, especially
I don't want to say this, I don't use it as a password, but there is another mantra.
Oh yeah, she doesn't use it as a password.
There is another one that I do manifestations in my passwords. I'm going to change all of them.
Because it's like, because you always like, especially when you go to compare yourself, right? So social media just does that for you inherently, even when you're not intentionally going to go do that. It's literally evil. A very big double-edged sword. But like, I like mantras before I do that, because then I'm like, okay, we're going in with the right mindset if we're going to use this. Like, I'm trying to use social media as a tool and not as a ruler. My best friend Curtis tells me everything online is fake. And it's like not even real, because if we didn't have these devices, it just wouldn't like happen.
Everything is just information.
Everything's just like information.
My friend Mia says that about dating. When you learn something new about someone, this is just information.
Yeah.
It's true. I mean, I guess dating can be compared to music career stuff.
I think it can be the arts in general. Everything's like a creative collaboration, right? The product between the two of you is only as good as like what you both are able to put in. Right. Listen. Okay, so last question, which is kind of blowing my mind. Tell me what authenticity means to you.
Okay. Well, we started talking about this at the beginning. So now I had time to marinate with it. Good. But really just like allowing myself to fully put myself out there for other people to know me, I think makes me the most authentic version of myself. Because, I mean, we come from a world of theater and performance. Yeah. You can stay in your bedroom and you can write songs by yourself constantly, and you can film videos of yourself doing it. But if you don't have like a genuine, literal human connection in physical form, I think that you can't really get true authenticity. And if someone genuinely sees you for who you are and what you're doing in person and you let loose, that makes me the most authentic version of myself. So an example of that is at my shows when I'm allowing myself to be stupid on stage, whatever stupid means. But and just allowing myself to be fully silly and free with other people in the room.
Yeah.
Is authenticity.
Like unfiltered.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, we've been talking about social media so much, which is so interesting because
neither
is the opposite of authentic to me.
I agree with you.
Like I could live stream my life, but it wouldn't be fully authentic because I think that like actually having energy in the same room is where it comes from.
I think the marketing brain as a creative is separate than the creating as a creative.
Yeah.
And like, I understand that content creation is a art form of its own.
Right.
But I don't think that you need to put it on yourself to like be a content creator when the content is a byproduct of you creating as a creator.
Yeah.
To be a witness of, I feel like there's a difference between someone being a witness and someone being a participant. And so I don't think that your audience needs to like witness you. I think they just need to feel like participants.
I mean, I just hope that people can feel like a participant, even if it's online. Because I do put so much of myself out there online. I mean, like, I'm not doing it because I'm like, well, I know that no one will feel like they're participating in this. I just genuinely hope, because I have that complex in me thinking that, oh, no one's ever going to relate to this. No one's going to feel like I'm authentic if it's through a screen. But someone like you obviously do.
I do. You and I met,
me.
let's say what,
4
years ago.
That's awesome.
Years ago.
Yeah.
We met. We only saw each other in the class.
Yeah.
I think we got a drink after once,
Yeah.
maybe as a crew, like whoever was in the class. But I feel like I know you. And I don't know if it's from feeling like I know you in the room and then just following you online and keeping you in my brain. But the entire time I feel like I do know you, which is why when I was like, oh, who would I want to work with?
I sure hope so.
Yeah. But it's working.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like when I was curating a list of like, okay, well, who do I want to talk to in the next like 2 months? Your name was one of the first ones that came to me. And I was just like, I just want to talk about like confidence. I didn't know we were going to talk about social media, but that's fine.
Yeah, you caught me on a day where I'm like obsessed talking about it.
No, it's okay. It's something that's like in my like view right now.
The burnout of it.
The burnout of it is very much here. But I think that's like me actually, my burnout right now is coming from okay, I figured out a system for it. Cool.
Right.
And that way I can focus on the creating part and
That's
not
awesome.
the editing and the scheduling and the things
right.
about it. And also not taking it so seriously and being like, okay, I don't have to present as a professional all the fucking time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a part that feels like, okay, I want to adjust my answers.
I'm ready.
So what I feel most authentic, or authenticity, what it means to me is fully allowing myself to feel free, silly, able to express who I am. I should just put a period there and not care about what anyone thinks after the fact, whether it's in person or on social media.
Yeah, because the receiving, that's not your job.
Yeah.
That's information for them to have about themselves. Like your information that you need is just automatically assume they're going to enjoy the show. Welcome to the show. They're going to have a great time.
Which is interesting because we started talking about perception at the beginning of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's how I see you. That's how I like synthesized you as an artist when I was like really researching you.
Please.
You're like, no, again. Yeah. But like as I was researching you, I was just like, no, you are an artist to me that seems like powered by perception.
Yes.
And so then that's like a tool, and that's a magic tool to me. Whatever the boost that is the best boost to get on Mario Kart, that's what that one is, right? But like if you had to tell someone how you can be powered by perception, how would you tell them to do it?
Oh, what you were saying earlier, if you assume the best out of an audience member, whether it's you're having a one-on-one conversation or it's a room full of people or it's 500 people watching your story, if you assume that they are going to absolutely love what they're watching, then just do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Like stopping yourself from being who you are because you think everyone's gonna hate you or think you're stupid. Like, just assume that everyone's gonna fucking love you.
Yeah, why wouldn't they?
Right. If you put yourself out there like that, then people will. You attract the energy that you put out.
Exactly. Your energy is also like the directions book of like how to assemble being there. It's like the information manual comes where I'm like, oh, you don't know. Like, let me just tell you how we're going to enjoy ourselves here.
Right.
Like, we have fun here.
Yeah.
Like, this is a fun only zone kind of a deal. It just feels like your authenticity superpower is that like playability and like attraction to perception, but also just fun. I think that like your let's have fun, you just need to like, or you should, or
Please. I actually need it.
okay, sprinkle that over the rest of it. Like that has to be the theme and the approach to like everything.
Yeah. You're so right.
Because it's like
I needed this.
Oh, I'm glad.
I really needed that chunk right there.
I'm glad.
Because like I'm literally just trying to sing and be a showgirl for a living. Like, why wouldn't it be sprinkled with fun?
I'm literally just trying to have fun.
Right.
Like, and who doesn't want to have fun? The world sucks.
The world sucks. So we need some fun.
Some fun. Tell everybody where to follow you, find you, listen to your music. Let's get you to 1,100 subscribers by the end of the year.
You can find me everywhere at LadyDi.MegaDiva on Instagram, TikTok. On YouTube, you can just search LadyDi MegaDiva. My most recent music video is You Make Me Laugh. On Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, wherever you stream music, LadyDi MegaDiva. And I have a song coming out November 14th, Mrs. Soprano. Just keep your eyes and ears peeled, girl.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yay. And that's the latest. I'm honored to have been part of your thinking sphere today. Feel free to share, like, and subscribe on this platform or follow and participate on any of my social media platforms. If this practice intrigues you as much as it does me, then join us in the Me3 community, where we will work directly and you'll curate a mindful method of thinking to define your own creative conscious. Thanks for listening to the latest episode of Authenticated. I love that you're here.